Welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the skating show where I talk to you about skating like it is drama for your mama. On today's episode, the 2021 Rostelecom Cup men's prediction outcome. I finally got my brain out of the turkey fog that it was in to make this video. As was expected, the men's discipline was a hot mess. My prediction for this discipline is totally off. Although I had 5 out of the top 6 correctly, I did not get them correctly in the right order at all. I didn't get the podium or anything correct. I did get 5 out of 6 though. The only one in the top 6 that I did not get correct was Mark Kundratut, who ended up out of the top 6. I feel like the reason why my prediction was so off was because the Russian men simply failed to deliver here. The judges were prepared to give Mikhail Koliada this victory, however, he just did not want it. And since Koliada didn't want the win, the judges decided to generously help the only surviving men from Teamdavydov, Mauricy Kvitelashvil, with this win. So Mauricy had a clean short program with a quad style triple toe and a good long. The long was mostly clean with a fall on one of his quad toe and a step out on the triple axel. Otherwise, he was still one of the better men of that night. The judges were still very generous in their PC for him, given that particular program that he has. However, he was second in the short and third in the long and first overall. I think this is a great win for Teamdavydov. They are now winning in all 4 disciplines. I cannot hate on Ekaterina for her hustle. You go ahead and you go. Coming in second place was Mikhail Koliada. Koliada had a messy short at best. He stepped out on his quad sal, and then he had a fall on his quad toe combination. As expected, the judges were very generous with the way they were willing to help Koliada. His long was very similar to what he's done in all of his competition lately. He had a fall on his quad sal and on his quad toe, but overall he was still first in the long and managed to end up second overall. There is no doubt that Mikhail is going to be the Russian national champion and is going to be the leading Russian man for them at the Olympic at this point. Coming in third, and I had him in 6th, and I was so pleasantly surprised with his brilliant short program, was Kazuki Tomono. Oh my God, he had a beautiful quad toe, triple toe in the short, and he literally had the best short program of the night. The long was not so clean. Kazuki had a fall on his quad sal, a fall on his triple axel, and a fall on the triple loop. I feel like had he had one less mistake, it might have been possible for him to win. However, I still feel like no, there was no way that was going to happen in Russia. They were not going to let him win. Kazuki came in third in the competition overall. I do hope this was a confident booster for him and that he will have a great showing at Japanese national. Another man who surprised me, who was not even in my top 8, my top 6, I was not thinking of him at all, was Roman Sadovsky. He was the biggest surprise for me. He had the cleanest short in his career, landing a quad sal. He was actually third after the short program and ended up 4th overall. The long was also the best that I have seen from Roman this year. However, given the fact that the Canadian men are all underperforming, this was a great showing for Roman. I think he definitely is making his case that he should be considered for that second Olympic spot. If Roman has a repeat performance at Canadian National, I think he will be able to join Keegan as the other Canadian men at Beijing. But it all depends on whether he can ride this momentum and do a repeat performance at National. In fifth place was my beloved Matteo Rizzo. I have said this over and over and over again. Matteo needs to get rid of that short program. He has not performed that short program well all season. And this was another repeat of that. He had a fall on his quad toe and triple toe, and he was ninth after the short. He came back in the long. Matteo had the performance of the night for the men in the long program with a relatively clean long program overall. And had he just done a little better in the short, he would have made it onto the podium. I really hope his team go back and they find a new short for him. Rounding out the top six was my worst showing of the night, Evgeny Sememenko. I actually had him in first place. I honestly thought Evgeny was going to fight for that first or second place so that he could make it to the Grand Prix final. However, I was wrong. In the short, he had a fall on his quad toe and the triple axel. The long was a little better. However, his jumps were all struggling. It was just a struggle. It's really odd that he's a Mission student because he has really poor jump technique. At one point, I was going to say that Koliada and Evgeny are shoe-in for making the Olympic team. That Russia was going to send those two because Evgeny was the most consistent male they have. However, after this outing, I feel like Evgeny has opened the door. I feel like the men's competition in Russia is now wide open. And other than Koliada, no one is guaranteed a spot. I feel like if Evgeny wants to make it to the Olympic, he's going to have to show up both for nationals and probably for the European. Ugh, I was so off on that particular prediction. I felt like this was a golden opportunity for the Russian men. However, Mark, Evgeny, and Koliada all failed to deliver. The Federation and the judges tried their best to help the Russian men. However, there was only so much that could be done. The men's competition was messy. However, I found that there was some surprising performances in there. Like Cadman was really nice in the short. Roman, Tomono, some very nice surprising performances. I really cannot wait for nationals to start. How about you? Let me know what you thought of the men's performances. Leave me a comment.